So what can we do to help break through from knowing the cultural differences and adjusting to the differences to the level of reaping synergy? Because that's what the international business should be all about.
Perhaps you recall that earlier on I said that I think the cultural awareness, the types of ways we are different, is I think more important.
Types of
differences, like what kind of differences, like the indirect, direct, the silos, not silos, hierarchy, equality. I think the awareness about this is really more important than the individual cultures, although that is also important. Because I think if you are able, if you know that we can be different, say, on these 10 things. I know that Japanese and working in Singapore, let's say, because we're in Singapore, then the main differences between these two cultures are on these 10 scales, 10 dimensions. Then I think the key is to be able to shift styles. So that's my answer would be, that would be my answer to reap the synergy, that we would all be able to shift styles. And it's not to say that we should be changing personality. We have to be authentic and ourselves. But in order to be effective in an international environment, you have to be able to shift styles. Whenever I do any leadership program, whether it's about culture or any other areas, I always say that if you want to be a good leader, you have to know yourself and you have to know your people. And the best way to get the most out of your people is by treating them they want to be treated. You should motivate your people as they get motivated, not what you think would motivate them. And the same thing for the cultural differences. If you are coming back again to the indirect person, then I probably shouldn't give you the most direct feedback, even if that's what I'd like to do, because I know I am an honest, direct, straightforward person, so you get what I think. And then I might frighten you. If I think of Japanese companies now again, then I would think that perhaps one of the major things for Japanese companies would be to increase the diversity of management. In my previous research, but even the current research pieces I've seen, a lot of senior management are still often dominated by Japanese people. But if you really want to work with your people in a most efficient way, if you want to follow the global trends, if you want to follow your customers, if you want to understand your clients, you have to have diversity, national-wise, nationality-wise, because as a Japanese or just Hungarians, you could not understand the others. So however difficult it may seem,
that's a real,
you have to do it.
That's a real issue, the real bottom line.
In my experience, one of the issues is that the head office people often speak Japanese.
Oh yeah.
Of course, very well, but not necessarily well enough English to communicate with the foreign management. And if I understand it correctly, the contact, the communication with the head office is extremely important for Japanese companies.
Yes.
So I don't know whether there is research just about that, but I think that is one crucial reason actually why there aren't more foreign managers, because if I know that for my career in a Japanese company it's very important to keep in touch with the headquarters, but I can't do it unless I speak Japanese.
That's right. That's a real concrete
stay
wall.
there?
Exactly.
I actually sadly interviewed people in Japanese companies, and I mean the sad part was that they said, we're working for these companies because they are great companies, really good companies, looks good on our CV, but we're staying here for a few years because there's this glass ceiling. And that's not what companies want to have.
Well,